Eric Mangini believes Aaron Rodgers is attempting to pressure the Jets to part ways with him. Following a disappointing 2024 NFL season, the Jets play the Bills in Orchard Park, potentially playing their last game of the season with Aaron Rodgers. Buffalo is the second playoff seed unless an upset comes and the Patriots win next week. A win by the Bills would give them the AFC second seed. But Josh Allen's season likely has come to an end with his injury. The game is going to be rainy and 55 degrees, making for a tough day for fantasy owners, especially on the Buffalo side. As for the Jets, Rodgers has called it an audition for he and his teammates over these final two games. It may be Rodgers' penultimate performance in green and white in a shortened stop in the Big Apple. Eric Mangini believes Aaron Rodgers is trying to force his way out of the New York Jets. Former NFL coach Eric Mangini believes Aaron Rodgers is trying to force his way out of the New York Jets after a frustrating 2024 season, following a season-ending Achilles injury that returned Rodgers to health. Still, Mangini believes it is increasingly unlikely that Rodgers is content with the way things are going within the organization, and is suggesting that Rodgers is doing all he can to get his way out of New York. In a conversation with Colin Cowherd on The Herd, Mangini argued that Rodgers' recent comments seemed to indicate his desire to leave MetLife Stadium, focusing on a specific comment about never being cut by a teenager, which Mangini interpreted as a subtle jab at the Jets' owner and front office. The fact that Aaron brought up the "I've never been cut by a teenager, I've never been released by a teenager," that's a direct shot at the owner. That's legitimizing everything that's been said in that organization. That's making fun of how dysfunctional it is. So to me, as soon as he said that, in my mind, said he wants out. Mangini said. On the Aaron front, you'd like to keep Aaron because you don't want to deal with that salary cap hit and be strapped with that. But Aaron's doing everything he can to get cut. The cryptic comment is fueling tensions between Rodgers and the Jets, according to Mangini, which suggests that Rodgers may be speaking his mind to perhaps prod the Jets to terminate their relationship with him. Rodgers expressed frustration with the Detroit Lions and their management, praising their successful rebuilding process and their patience during the tough times despite the organizational issues that have been constant. This move reflects long-standing dissatisfaction from Rodgers towards the organization. Also Reed should be fired. The NFL world remained dissatisfied with Bengals head coach Zach Taylor's clock management during the game against Broncos. According to Rodgers, the Lions began 1-6 in 2022, yet they retained confidence in head coach Dan Campbell and general manager Brad Holmes. That unshaken confidence carried them into a good finish and more success throughout the 2023 season. They started out the 2022 season 1-6, Rodgers said. Do you remember what the sentiment was from the organization? They said Brad Holmes is our GM and Dan Campbell is our head coach. Since that statement was made, they have won a crazy amount of games. Stay updated with the latest news on Times of India. Get all the trending city news, India news, business news, and sports news. For entertainment news, TV news, and lifestyle tips, visit Times. Don't miss daily games like crossword, Sudoku, location guesser, and mini crossword.